Hello and welcome to my channel on human design. This episode we're going to be talking about discovering who you are, and we're going to focus in on the pure generators. Human design has three names, three ways of being described. It's being described as the mechanics of the Maya, the mechanics of the illusion in which we live. It's often called the science of differentiation, to be able to describe how everybody is different from everybody else. And it's also called the science of awakening. And when you hear that, you think, well, I've got to know all the details, I've got to know the science, I've got to understand it intellectually in order to awaken. Well, no, it's actually very simple. You're in a war between your mind and your life, and most people are losing that war. The generators among us, and between generators and manifesting generators, that is about 68% of people, are losing the war. They're losing their life force. Their life force is basically degenerating because they're not living who they are. So in order to discover who you are, you have to really go beneath the mind to what it is that you in fact are. And what are you? Well, you have a fixed sacral. That's what makes you a generator. You have power within you, and you may know what your powers are. I strongly advise you to find out by checking out the sacral center in the video in the descriptions, or by looking at all 9 centers, or getting a full report from me. However, that's only part of it. You've got to know that you have an open and enveloping aura. You're out there in the world, with energy, with life to use, and you don't know what it is to do. You don't know what you're going to respond to until you respond to it. That's the first thing to really remember. So out of all the things that need to be done, you better make a list. Look at them, get the list out. What has to be done? And what would you like to do? Make a good list. And in the morning, when you come down and you look at your list, see what you respond to. You don't know till you look at the list. And if you don't respond to any of them, then don't do anything. Sometimes I look at my list of things to do, and there's nothing. There's no movement in my energy. There's no rising of the energy to go, I'm ready for that. So I don't do any of them. I go and read a book for half an hour. Might go out and do some gardening. Might go shopping. I don't know what I'm going to do. It depends on what the response is. But for sure, there's nothing on that list I want to do. Half an hour later, or 3/4 of an hour later, I go back and look at it, and it's like, yeah, I'm ready for that. So my energy tells me what it is that I'm going to be doing. Now, as a pure generator, you're here to do things one thing at a time, one step at a time. You're not a manifesting generator. It's not leaping ahead to the next thing. It's like, the hum of doing. You see, the sacral only wants to be used well. You're here to use all of your energy every day. So you go to bed in the evening going, one hell of a day that was, boom. And you have a good sleep. You've used all your energy. You're now in rest mode. And you regenerate. And it might only be 5 hours later, you're up ready for the next day. And that's what I want for you all. I want you ready for the next day. I want you to go, yes, I've got another day to live and be alive. But too often we find generators not using their energy well. They go to a job they don't like, and they're not using their energy well at all. It's exhausting to be there, to push against resistance just for a paycheck. And I'm not saying just for a paycheck, we all need to live. However, you come back and you don't, your energy hasn't been used well. There's this frustration in you, and you still don't know what to do. So you go and sit in front of the television and sit on it, and nothing gets done. And the energy becomes stagnant. and you get stuck in a repeated loop that does not serve you and does not serve the people around you. You're a generator. You're here to build your life. You're here to build your life. When you're using your energy, what are you putting it into? Are you building your life for yourself and your family or your partner? Or are you just getting by? Because just getting by will, over time, reduce the amount of energy you've got. So it's very important you discover who you are, and you discover that through response. So what do I mean by response? I mean something, an energy that rises from within you towards something that comes towards you, whether it be a list, whether it be a question, whether it be something you pass by on the street, whether it be a comment from someone. You wait until the response comes. And you're not alone. I want you to understand that. There are another 3 types out there, none of which have sacral energy, all of which can tap into your energy, and they know whether you're in a bad mood, whether you're frustrated, whether you're horny, whether you've got energy to go and do something or not. They can feel that. They will come in. The manifestors will open doors for you. The projectors will guide you. The reflectors will reflect back what's going on. You're not alone. You're not alone. I want you to know that. I want you to know that there is this mix of types, and they can be very helpful for you when you get stuck. Getting stuck is the bane of all sacrals, because when we get stuck, we can sometimes find ourselves unable to get out of it, and we need a helping hand. We need something from the outside to jar us. I mean, happily, the transits come in, things happen in life. So there's always something to respond to. I want you to listen to the power and the quality of the response when it comes. Can you really, is there a whole lightness of being that comes when you respond to something? Or is it like, all right then, you got to begin to self-reflect and come from the physical side, not from the mental side. Too often people are losing the war against the mind because they're listening to what you think you should do, what you've been told to do, what the patterns are, and it isn't going to work. You may not have a particular power, a particular energy that's going to fit in with someone else's idea of what you should be doing. For example, I don't have any 5th gate in me. I'm not someone that likes to work on a regular pattern, on a regular schedule. It doesn't work for me. I've put up with it in the past when I was younger, but it was like, oh God, it doesn't work. I was always exactly on the minute before the clock went. No, you have to know who you are. And the other thing to understand about being a pure generator is you may not respond to doing anything for a while. And this is important. It's separate from all the other open sacrals. You see, the open sacrals, when they get into doing something, it's not their natural thing to keep on keeping on. So they like to do it, and then that's it. Then they just, okay, that's it. For generators, we can be doing something, and then we can have a break. And we can have a tea break, and we can enjoy the break, and we can enjoy the rest. And then the energy is there. Okay, now I'm rested, I'm ready to go back into it. Not the same thing as the non-sacrals. We're different in that. But we do know, or at least we can know, when enough is enough. And when enough is enough, that is it. If you've got some open sacral telling you to work hard, to work more, when you've gone, that's it. You get this growl from the generators. No, that's it. When you stop, when you have finished the work and you're responding to something else, well, then you're responding to something else. So understand you've got that as well. You can know when enough is enough. And I want you to work on that. I want you to move into that. I want you to embrace that and go, what am I building in my life? Am I awake in the morning, ready to get on with it? Can I use all my energy every day in a productive way, in a satisfying way? So that when you go to bed, you get a good night's sleep. You have that sense of achievement. That's what it's about. You're here with life force to use that life force in a way that is correct for you. It's you being correct for you. Never mind about what else is going on. You know when there's a rising energy, it's something to do. And when there isn't, it isn't. That simple thing will bring an awakening to you. The more you do it, it's not about working it out, it's about witnessing what's going on. Realizing that as an open and enveloping aura, you can get distracted by so many things that are entertaining, or they pull your attention and they may be nothing to do with who you are. How many times do we get pulled out into the open centers to try to live there in a way that isn't correct for us because of the pull from other people wanting us to do things? Remember, you're a generator. You have the ability to do. People will want to use your energy for their own ends. You be correct for you. You will do work that will help them, but you've also got to know what is correct for you. It's all about getting to a satisfying life and just calming down from all the distractions, knowing what you respond to in any moment. If you're an emotional generator, well, then the emotions may be the main thing, and you don't actually want to get involved with much. You may not want to deal with people at all during part of that time. And then you stay in that process. You know, your energy may be available for something else, but it may not be available for what they want you to do. It's coming to your own center. And you're very lucky, you've got something that you can pay attention to. It is your response. Get to know it well. Follow the energy. That's all you have to do. Follow the energy. It will never lie to you. And life then opens up and reveals the life that will fit you better. Discover who you are, enter into the experiment, stay with it, and you'll see for yourself. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I will keep bringing you more. Thank you. Bye for now.